This is Ahlam Al-Marouk, and today I have a special person to our heart. A person who doesn't stop supporting and caring by helping and advising the students. He's known as the face of Richland, Mr. Howard Clapper. How are you, Mr. Howard?
I'm doing very good, Alan. How about yourself?
Thank you. I'm doing great.
Good.
So, my first question, how long have you been in Richland?
I came here in 2004.
That's a very long time.
Yeah.
And why did you choose Richland?
I chose Richland. I wanted to work in a college setting. We had moved down from New England. We lived in there just north of Boston for 28 years. And we got tired of the ice and the snow, decided to move down here. I had lived down here when I was in the military, off and on, in Texas and Louisiana and stuff, and so thought it'd be a good place to go. We moved down here. I looked at different colleges. I had a chance to go to College, and an offer came from Richland. I applied, and I started here. I started working in the financial aid department.
Oh, that's great. And can you describe your background, like before you came here?
Yeah, I worked after college. I worked in the as a medical lab tech. I was the person in back doing all the blood work and tissue specimens and stuff for the doctors so they could make a proper diagnosis and analysis. I did that for 7 years. I was in the military for 4, and I really enjoyed it a lot, but it wasn't paying a lot of money. So I ended up leaving that because I had a family to feed and stuff, and ended up working for the government. Stayed there until '04 when I was able to retire, and we moved down here, and we built our house in Wiley, and the rest is history. I started working financial aid, and I spent 4 years doing that until I moved over to what I'm doing now.
You're a very successful person, actually. And speaking of success, now you're known as the face of Richland. I mean, I saw that on the newspaper, and I was like, yeah, I should interview Mr. Howard. How do you describe your position? I mean, why do you like helping the students? And you know something, I have asked so many international students. You also focus on international students, on helping them and advising them. That's a great thing. How do you describe your position?
Well, the job itself is information desk representative, and it was set up a little differently from what they had it before. When I was working in financial aid, the person who had the job I had now left, and they wanted to get somebody in there who was good with people, very user-friendly, and knowledgeable about the school. So I kind of got in there, I took over, and I really got involved with it. And my whole thing with students is I want to see them successful, and I want to help them in any way I can without doing their homework. You know, any way I can to make this journey easier for them. I like to encourage them, I like to motivate them, and I like to suggest. Some of the people in advising, the head of advising always refers to me as one of her advisors because what I do with students. But I like to think that I'm encouraging, I'm making a difference. That's the whole thing. In life, you do good, you get good.
Yes,
and
for sure.
I've been very, very blessed to be able to meet a lot of people from all over the world doing this job. I've met and mentored a lot of people over the years, and I can honestly say so many families. I've watched them, yourself included, from watching the siblings come here through the years, and they always know Mr. Howard. They always know they have a spot they can go and get help, seek advice, and whatever you tell me stays with me and stuff, and I'll help you get to the right place.
That's amazing. You can't be satisfied until you help the student to reach their achievements and their goals.
Exactly.
That's a great thing. And do you have any awards or honors in Richland or outside Richland?
Well, I've had different recognitions. One of the things that I was really flabbergasted, I was one of the Gene Griffin nominees, you know, back a few years ago, and that's, you know, for it's given to people who go above and beyond in helping the students with recognitions and stuff like that. I was flattered because I was just a little peon, and there were several people that were recommended and nominated for that, and they were all very, very accomplished
Mhm.
people on campus here, and several professors and some directors, and I was just a little guy,
No.
but I was elevated to the part of being recognized, and you know, I was
Everyone,
really good.
yeah, everyone knows you on the campus,
Yeah,
actually.
and I'm really, really flattered, and I say this with all sincerity, and I'm humble on this. Um, when they bring new faculty and staff into the school,
Mhm.
we all have to go through a brief little training thing. We have to go to a class
Mhm.
to learn about student development, about helping students, and I'm flattered to say they have used me as a reference
Yeah.
when for new people coming in on how to deal with students, how to help students, how to motivate students,
Mhm.
and I'm very humbled by that they would use me. But everybody comes in, the new people, they come over and they go, "So you're Mr. Howard
Yeah.
we've
See.
heard all about." And I'm really grateful for that. It motivates me, it
Mhm.
psychs me up, and as I said, you do good, you get good, and I'm very blessed.
That's a great thing. And speaking of success, since you're a successful person, how does a successful student, what kind of qualities does a successful student possess?
Um, I can tell you a successful student has many qualities, but attitude is everything.
Of
I can't
course.
stress that enough. If you have the right attitude, and that applies to life, it applies to school, to work. You
Mhm.
have the right attitude, you will succeed.
Of course.
Attitude means that you're gonna succeed no matter the struggle,
Mhm.
no matter how many speed bumps. Because remember, speed bumps don't stop you; they slow you
Yes.
down. And some of our best lessons are taught by experience. So,
Yeah, of
hey,
course.
I learned many, many ways when I was younger. And if I had a nickel for all the mistakes and the dumb things I did,
Mhm.
man, I could put everybody through college, you
Oh.
know? But that's how we learn. So, but if you're a student, you want to succeed, you just have to believe in yourself,
Mhm.
you believe in your abilities, and you believe in that all things are possible. And you go forward with that. And but attitude is everything.
Attitude. So your point of view is to focus on your attitude because it helps you get along with your life and your
Exactly.
success.
Exactly.
That's a great thing.
It's having the right frame of mind.
Oh
You know,
yes.
I mean, if you just go to school because you think it's something cool to do, fine. You're not going
Mhm.
to, you might get good grades depending on the class, but if you have the right attitude, um, you'll succeed.
Mhm. That's great. Do you have any memorable students? Do students, when the students, for example, graduate from college, do you still keep in touch with them?
Absolutely. They keep in touch with me. A
Yeah.
lot of students I'll see here, and they come see me when they transfer to the universities. Um, they come back during their breaks and stuff to see me.
Mhm.
When they graduate, I'm one of the first persons they
That's
come back to
great.
see. And it is. And there's a lot of students that I'm very, very proud of. I've seen succeed. And I won't mention this one kid by name. He was a young Hispanic student. First time ever anybody in his family, generations, had ever gone to college. And
Uh-huh.
I remember him when he came here as a young, shy, intimidated student. And he met me at my desk one day, and next thing you know, he was coming back every day just to let
Mhm.
me know how he was doing. And I motivated him. His goal at first was to be a bilingual teacher. That's what he wanted to
Mhm.
do. And um, we got talking, and he was going to do that, and he was working the PACE program at Richardson afternoon. And one day I mentioned to him, I said, "Have you ever thought about getting into the business field?" I
Mhm.
said, "Business degrees are very lucrative and stuff." And he goes, "What do you got to do?"
Oh
So
yeah.
I talked to him. Long story short, I mentored him, pushed him, but he ended up leaving with an Associate of Science and Associate um, of Science and Business Administration. He
Mhm.
went on to UNT,
Oh, that's
and
great.
he was up there, and he called me one day, and he says, "Hey, I have a chance to do an internship at Milliman."
Mhm.
And I said, "Milliman, the HR company?" He
Oh.
said, "Is that bad?" I said, "No, that's good." And he took a 3-month internship with that. They liked him so much they made him part-time, and then he's full-time now, and he's
Oh, that's
doing very, very
great.
well. He's a very successful kid, and he's paying back. He lets others know you know, um, always believe in yourself and you can do it. And he is, he's one of our successes. There's a lot.
That's a great thing. And my last question, um, what do you think about the student media?
No, I love student media. Seriously, I think the student media and is one of the critical, and I've told Erica this before, it's a very important function because it's an outlet. Students get to learn about writing, about broadcasting, about the radio, but it's an important part of the school because it lets people know what's going on. It lets you express your ideas, and I love it. I read the Chronicle
Oh, that's
all the
great.
time,
Thank
every
you.
week.
That's nice.
And like I
that's
said,
nice
I
from you.
appreciate, and this could be the opening of some brighter horizons for the students who participate.
That's nice. Thank you so much. And I hope it was really nice having you here. And it was my pleasure. Actually, I saw your article. I mean, I saw you on the newspaper, and I was like, you know, he's gonna be my first interview on TV. And I hope your student would see this interview and he would appreciate how much you helped him. And yes, everyone appreciates how much you helped us, especially me, to be honest.
Yeah, and can I just add something?
Yeah, sure.
I'll make it real quick. The face of Richland was a term that the former president of the college, Steve Middlestead, had given me. When I was working financial aid, people used to line up to see me.
Oh yeah,
And
that's nice.
they'd have 3 people at the counter and they'd always get in my line. So Dr. Middlestead always called me, he said, "You're the ambassador." And then pretty soon a lot of people were saying, "God, you're the ambassador. We should put a billboard up with your thing," because everybody, when students come, and I've heard this from many, they just feel welcome. They know that
Yes,
I'm not intimidating, and I'm going to help them in any way I can. So the face of Richland was not something that I gave myself. To me, I'm just a little guy trying to do a job to help many.
Well, actually, everyone knows that we have to look after you when we need anything, to be honest. Yes, and I guess this is my concern about your job and all that stuff, and I really appreciate having you over here. Thank you guys for watching this, and have a good day.